For a long time, people with disabilities weren't allowed into schools and colleges like everyone else. But that's no longer the case. In fact, people with disabilities, including veterans with disabilities, have a right to access education. I'm Leah, an attorney from Disability Rights Texas, and in this video, we'll talk about your rights on campus. When you apply to college, if you satisfy all of the academic requirements, the college cannot deny you admission because of your disability. You are not required to tell a school that you have a disability. However, if you'd like the school to provide an academic adjustment or ensure you are assigned to accessible facilities, you do have to identify yourself as someone with a disability. Accommodations or academic adjustments are made to ensure equal educational opportunity. Some examples of accommodations include arranging for priority registration, reducing course load, providing note takers, recording devices, sign language interpreters, extended time for testing, and screen reading or voice recognition software for college computers. Colleges must also provide non-academic accommodations too, for example, in housing, transportation, extracurricular activities, etc. Generally, campuses must be accessible. Newer construction must comply with accessible technical specifications. Older construction must still satisfy the Program Access Standard, meaning that each service, program, or activity must, when viewed in its entirety, be readily accessible to and usable by individuals with disabilities. For example, if a school holds class on the second floor of a building without elevators, it can make the program accessible by holding the class in an accessible room on the first floor or in another accessible building. There are limits to what the school is required to do. It's important to keep these in mind if you request an accommodation. Schools are not required to do something that would be a fundamental alteration or result in an undue financial or administrative burden. Schools do not have to lower or substantially modify essential requirements. For example, although your school may be required to provide extended testing time, it is not required to change the substantive content of the test. If you feel you need an accommodation on campus, follow these steps. You must inform the school that you have a disability and need an accommodation. The school may require you to follow reasonable procedures to request an accommodation, and you may be responsible for knowing and following those procedures. Contact the Office of Disability Services, or whatever it may be called at your school. The school may ask for proof of your diagnosis, including the date of the diagnosis, information about how your disability impacts your academic performance, and information about the requested accommodation. You may need to get a new evaluation if you do not have enough information. If so, you must pay for the evaluation, but you may be eligible for assistance from the Texas Vocational Rehab Agency, currently DARS. If you do face discrimination on campus, you can file a grievance with your school. The school is required to have its own grievance procedure. If you are dissatisfied with the outcome of the school's grievance procedures, you may file a complaint against the school with the Department of Education Office of Civil Rights and the Department of Justice. Thanks for watching. Those are your basic rights on campus. If you want to find out more, check out the Disability Rights Texas website at DRTx.org or visit us on Facebook and Twitter. Disability Rights Texas thanks the Travis County Women Lawyers Association for providing funding to make this video possible. The information in this video is not intended to and does not replace an attorney's advice or assistance based on your particular situation.
Produced by Rooted in Rights.